What up, Boxing World? JF Sports. This is my review of the Leo Santa Cruz versus Abner Maris's fight. I thought it was a great fight. I mean, I wish every fight's like that, sort of a Rocky Balboa. Just don't know which one was Rocky Balboa. But Abner Maris, he came very, very aggressive, especially the first two rounds, and it showed. He won on the scorecard, the unofficial, as they were showing it. He won the first two rounds, but then again, Leo Santa Cruz, he took that scorecards all the way to the 12th round from the third round. So anyway, I thought it was a great fight, man. I thought it was a really good fight. It was exciting. Both fighters were trading blows almost every round. I mean, there was some clinchings and hugging, but that's part of it. And the referee did a good job also in letting the fighters fight. It wasn't like fucking Kenny Bayless fucking every time they touch each other, fucking break them off right away. You know what I'm saying? So I thought it was a good referee. I mean, yeah, Abner Maris suffered some cuts and maybe it affected him a little bit, but I thought that him throwing a lot of haymakers there, affected his sort of a game plan. Leo Santa Cruz was more of the accurate guy in this fight, and I thought that Abner Maris was more of, I'm gonna knock you out with one punch. But Abner Maris did take a lot of big shots from Santa Cruz, and that's vice versa. Leo Santa Cruz also took a lot of big shots from Abner Maris. He caught him with a lot of big shots, but both fighters, as I said before, they both have great chin, and they both have great strategies and power and techniques. But it's just that I think Leo Santa Cruz was a lot more smarter tonight. He was more of the calculator in this fight. He did let Abner Maris, tire. From what I observed, the first two rounds, I thought Santa Cruz was like, man, he might lose, because Abner Maris, he came out freaking like, brawling them, Leo Santa Cruz, But it seems like Abner Maris, as we went on the late few minutes of the second round, he ran out of gas, because like I said, he should have paced himself. And if it was me, if I was in the corner, I would be like, hey, you gotta take it easy, man. You're gonna run out of gas. And that's what happened here. Third round all the way to 12th round, Maris was still aggressive. He was still throwing a lot of punches, but it wasn't as violent, and it wasn't as sweet and fast and powerful as he was on the first round. There's a reason why he won the first two rounds, but we all know, we all knew from the get-go. It's like, oh man, that is he come out too strong, too fast, too quick. It's like one of those angry, pissed off fighter. That's all I saw. It didn't have no proactiveness in him. It was more reactive. It was like, I'm gonna do what I had to do to Santa Cruz and see what he comes back with, and then I'll adjust from there. But he never adjusted. He just went on with his game plan. I guess if that's his game plan, to knock Leo Santa Cruz with one shot. But he found out that Leo Santa Cruz has a great chin. And like I said, vice versa also to Abner Maris. The only difference is Leo Santa Cruz is undefeated. He's the one that needs to be beaten. So for Abner Maris to take that win against Santa Cruz, he should have paced himself. He should have take it easy a bit. Like I said, he ran out of gas. He did. It showed. When third, fourth, fifth round, all the way to 12th round, he was getting pot shotted by Leo Santa Cruz. And then Leo Santa Cruz, every time Leo Santa Cruz gets hit by Abner Maris, he counter shots right away. His jabs were accurate. I thought that Leo Santa Cruz's jabs were more accurate than Abner Maris. I didn't think that Abner Maris was accurate at all. I don't know if it's because of the reach advantage, height advantage, but you find a guy that got some advantage of you, with height and reach. You gotta pace yourself a bit. You know what I mean? I think, to be honest, Abner Maris underestimated Leo Santa Cruz's ability to calculate his opponents inside the ring. And that's the truth, and that's what I really think. I think Abner Maris just think in the beginning that he was just gonna come out there and brawl him. You know what I mean? Like You know, Leo Santa Cruz is not undefeated for not for no reason. You know what I mean? He's been there also. Yeah, contrary to popular belief that a lot of people saying, to include Abner Mares, said that, you know, Leo Santa Cruz has never fought anybody, you know, solid. You know, nonetheless me. So, and it showed tonight that, you know, I hate to say this, but I thought Abner Mares, man, would come out with a better strategy than to throw haymakers every round. You know what I mean? You know, it's kind of, to me, it reminded me of how Manny Pacquiao fought Bradley the second time, and that's how Bradley exactly did. You know, try to throw haymakers and get beat. You know, Leo Santa Cruz had a great chin, and it showed here because Abner Mares was throwing all those haymakers, and some of them were landing like right on the chin. You know what I mean? But Jesus, man, at the end of the fight, when the scorecards were announced, right away the first judge scored, was it 111 117 for, or 117 111 for Santa Cruz. I thought that was pretty accurate. And then the second judge scored it draw, 114 114, and then the last judge scored it the same thing, 117 111 for Leo Santa Cruz. So, but on the second scorecard, the second judge, I don't know what that fucking judge was looking at, because I know the fight was great. I know it was a good fight. It was a toe-to-toe. It was, like I said, a Rocky Balboa type stuff. But I would have never scored it 114 114. You know what I'm saying? We all saw, you know, the fight, and no, nothing against Abner Mares. He ran out of gas, and he got out jabbed, and he did really his, I don't know if his angerness, if that's even a word, if I don't know if his angerness or his pissed off attitude got the best out of him, but that's how he came out there with, you know. Santa Cruz came out there relaxed. You know, I'm gonna see what he got to bring to the table in the first 2 rounds. Now Leo Santa Cruz adjusted. That's how I saw it, you know. And not to mention, Leo Santa Cruz had a great defense too. Every time Abner Mares comes forward, Leo Santa Cruz always had his hand and his face to cover. Even when they clinch, Leo Santa Cruz was always covering himself, and that's what Abner Mares failed to do. He never ever covered up. He was just like, you know, freak it, you know, freaking punch me, this and that. I mean, he taunted Leo Santa Cruz so many times inside the ring, like, come on, and then he'll throw that big blow, but he never landed. You know, like I said, this was a similar fight of Pacquiao Bradley too, when a guy tried to throw haymakers and, you know, it never lands, and next thing you know, you're getting comboed like a MF. You know what I mean? And that's what happened here. Leo Santa Cruz, it was more accurate. It wasn't necessarily the harder puncher in this fight. I strongly believe that Abner Mares had a good chance here. He had a good punching power, enough to knock down or even knock out Leo Santa Cruz. I really thought so. But if a knockout comes, man, it comes. But you don't look for it every round. You gotta win the scorecards, you know, and that's what he failed to do. And on the end, you know, he was the post-fight interview. Abner Mares was asked what he thought about the fight. He congratulated, you know what I'm saying. He congratulated Leo Santa Cruz for giving a good fight. And Leo Santa Cruz, like I said, on a post-fight, he doesn't mind a rematch. If he wants a rematch, he can get a rematch. And Abner Mares, indeed, with a sportsmanship, he said, yeah, you know, I thought he was a better man and stuff like that. But he said he wouldn't mind a rematch, because he said that the reason why Leo Santa Cruz said that he would afford him the rematch is because he thought that you know, it was a close fight. Abner Mares knew that Leo Santa Cruz knew that the fight was close. And when Abner Mares was interviewed on the post fight, he said he thought he wanted to fight. You know, I mean, he did put out his heart though. You know what I mean? You know, no doubt about that. Hell, if I did the same thing, you know, I probably think I won the fight too, because, like I said, I throw a lot of shots, you know. But Leo Santa Cruz was more accurate, and that's what counts. I thought that the second judge scorecard was ridiculous. I never saw that 114 114. Hell, no way in hell. You know, I probably would have been like maybe, I don't know, 117 114. You know what I mean? Something like that. But not no 114 114. That's just ridiculous. I mean, you know, the 111 117 was, I know that was kind of high in favor of Leo Santa Cruz, but still, it was it was all right. I thought it was all right. I mean, but majority decision, I think my prediction on this, if you guys didn't see my video, my prediction on this, when I told you guys from the get go, I said it's gonna be a good fight. That if Abner Mares catches why do I keep saying Leo Martinez? Leo Santa Cruz with a big shot, then he might win the fight. But I told you guys, my prediction on this, if you guys go back to my videos, my prediction on this was that Leo Santa Cruz was gonna win via unanimous decision, which I was wrong because it was a majority decision. But in all honesty, it should have been a unanimous decision, and you guys know that. That was my prediction on this fight. So I was wrong because I said unanimous, and indeed it was a majority decision. But that should have been a unanimous decision. But I told you guys there was gonna be no knockdown and no knockout in this fight, and indeed there wasn't, because I just didn't see it. You know what I mean? I thought that that both Santa Cruz and Abner Mares got the same chin. I thought so. I watched their fights, and I thought that both fighters have the same power. You know what I mean? Same power. Like I said, the only reason why I really favored Santa Cruz is because I thought he was a lot smarter inside the ring, versus Abner Mares is more reckless and more aggressive, and he lets his emotions get the best of him. You know what I mean? If you don't like Santa Cruz, get it. You know what I mean? But you don't bring that inside the ring, because that can take your game plan away. And that's what happened here. I really truly believe that's what happened here. Abner Mares, I bet you, had a great game plan, and he didn't stick to it. Because I guarantee you, no freaking coach would tell his freaking fighters to throw haymakers every damn round and not throw jabs and not cover yourself. You know what I mean? So he went out of his game plan, and he suffered the consequences of losing to Santa Cruz. Well, there you go, guys. This is my little quick review of the Santa Cruz versus Mares. Santa Cruz clearly deserved to win that fight. Unanimous decision more ever than a majority decision, I thought. And let me know what you guys think. Drop me a comment. JF Sports, thanks for watching.